The points! The points!
Haha, yes. My dear guests, welcome to Fantasy Island. I am Mr. Akbar, and this is my trusted sidekick, Faboo. Here, everyone's football fantasies come true. And the fantasy points always arrive on time.
The points! The points!
Yes, Faboo, settle down. Let's show our guests how it works. What's your fantasy?
Boss, I really want Todd Gurley to average 25 carries per game, every game for the rest of the season, because I need to trust him. The fantasy playoffs are coming, and Gurley is my RB1. Can you grant this fantasy, boss?
Yes, well, for you, Faboo, when you're on Fantasy Island and you're paying for the privilege of being here, anything can happen. Your wish is granted.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
Shall I tell you my fantasy?
Yes, boss.
Yes. My fantasy is that quarterback Tom Brady will throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in every single game leading up to the Super Bowl. I can see it now, throwing touchdowns from Giselle to Sony Michelle. Yeah, just raining down points. That will happen here on Fantasy Island.
Hey, boss! The plane! The plane! The plane!
Who might this be?
Oh, boss!
Just like that.
It's NFL Fantasy Live's Cole Rice!
I can see we have a guest, and thank you for visiting Fantasy Island.
Thank you.
Faboo, take this young
Yes,
man's
boss. Yes,
bag.
boss.
Yes. Come on in here
How are
with
you,
your
my friend?
cheap suit.
Wow, whoa.
How are you
Personal assaults, huh?
doing? How are you
Doing well.
doing?
Excellent.
Good. What is your fantasy?
I'll tell you, Mr. Akbar. My fantasy for the remainder of 2019 is for the reigning MVP. Of course, that would be none other than Patrick Mahomes to notch 40 points in every single game for the remainder of the season. Of course,
40 points.
After the bye week, the Oakland Raiders, the New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos, the Chicago Bears, and wrapping things up with the Los Angeles Chargers. 40 points. Will my fantasy be granted?
Well, this is Fantasy Island, and anything can happen on Fantasy Island.
Of course.
But your fantasy will be denied. Faboo, please return this man with his bags.
I hate
Yes,
your
sir.
guts.
Go on.
I hate your guts.
I love you too. Now it's time for our friend to return back to reality. Don't you say?
Yes, boss.
All right, let's say goodbye. Goodbye. Yes. And thank you for visiting Fantasy Island, where all your fantasy football dreams come true.